Lieutenant Vasquez. War Pig is en route. We're not missing this party.
Check farther south.
I was looking in the forest over there and shit.
So, like, what is this bullshit? I've never played, like, you know, I haven't played this map variation in fucking years. Feels bad, man. It's like every time I get on War Thunder, we get these poo-poo maps. So today we're going to be watching a replay of a Sim Abrams game I had on stream. I daily live stream War Thunder, get the plug out of the way. Feel free to check the link in the description down below for the Twitch channel. I'll be there live every day, 11 a.m. EST. But let's talk about the Abrams. I really like the Abrams. Fun tank. Really like the sound mod that I used during this. Too bad you can't hear in-game audio, but I will make a separate video about this in the future. I just kind of wanted to show you what the Abrams is like in a sim match, which is super fun. And I'll get more to why it's super fun later on, but I don't know, man. I mean, when they made the April Fool's event, how long ago was that? 2 years ago. So 2 April Fools ago. They had the Leopard 2A5 and the Type 90, or the T90, excuse me. Whoa, don't get triggered. The T90. Now, this event was my favorite time I've ever played War Thunder. It was super, super fun. I loved carousel ammo racks that I got on the T90s, and I loved shooting the Leopard 2A5s, and I loved driving around the map fast, and the helicopters were awesome too, and I hope we get those in the future. But what I always said about that was, hey, I want to play these really fast tanks in Sim, and I have not got around to playing any of the 10.0s in Sim yet. So I did that. I played this tank, and man, it's good. Obviously, the Abrams is a beast tank, but the track traverse, turret traverse, modules, however the tank survives in RB, it's magnified when you take it into Sim because you're in control of being spotted way better. You have less chance of getting spotted by a plane. You have less chance of getting spotted by the mini-map. Obviously, there's no markers, RD spots, everything like that. It's way less, and there's way less communication between teams in Sim, and the communication doesn't travel as fast, especially if people aren't talking to each other. So when you have a tank that shoots every 5 seconds, and the team's not communicating where you are, the enemy team I'm talking, you can do a ton of damage. So as you can see here, we've played the Ridge. We already killed 2 tanks, I think, trying to play this Ridge here. This is a weird sim event, by the way. Russia and France is together in the sim event. I don't understand why. But I'm going to push up the right-hand side here following the Leopard A1A1. We know that there's a T64 over here, and we're just waiting to weed him out. Leopard is going in first. Still don't find the dude. Don't see him yet. He takes a shot. I take a shot. T64 is down. And I'm going to push up towards the spawn. Now, what I was complaining about in the intro of this video about this map and why it's in this game, it's not that I don't like this map. It's just a really weird variation of the map for 10.0 Sim. I mean, they make this a common theme that they're going to make really big maps for Sim and stuff. And then we get this map, which is not that it's not big, it's wide. It's a wide map. To go from where I am all the way over to the other side and the other spawns is kind of a long drive, but to get to their spawn, the one directly in front of you, it takes like 10 seconds. I mean, I drove up to the hill and I can already have shots into their spawn. And that kind of just ruins 10.0. So I got the opportunity this game to play it defilade the entire time and use my turret armor and stuff and only peek over the ridge and barely be seen. And I mean, it's not that that's a bad thing that the maps have stuff like that. Obviously, you should be able to use the terrain to your advantage, but I just think maps like this need to be kind of reworked. Maybe if they were the opposite direction, maybe the way that the normal map works would be better for this 10.0. And I wouldn't have a problem necessarily with playing 10.0 on Normandy if it's sideways for Sim. You know what I mean? Like the big Normandy, the normal Normandy. I don't mind this map. It's just the way that this one's set up doesn't make too much sense to me. So what do you guys think about that in the comments down below? I've always been a huge backer of the fact that there should be like a lobby before we get into games and we get to vote on maps. And if that's an idea that amuses you or you think that would work really well in the game, kind of like a Call of Duty first-person shooter, any type of first-person shooter multiplayer lobby where you get to vote on like 3 different maps, if that was in this game, I think it would help a lot of the matchmaking issues I have personally, because I'm sick of I hate getting 38th parallel, blah, 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 like all these maps back to back to back. And I'm sure a lot of people actually don't like those maps too. So I think a voting system would be great. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. But we're moving over here towards the hangar. Trying to keep my tank in a defilade. Take a look at that Leopard 2A4 jumping. Also, if this is a little blurry, I'm sorry, because I said it was taken from a stream. Not that I have problems streaming, but the stream quality could be better. I just don't have the best internet or hardware at this time. But in the following months, the stream quality and stuff is going to improve drastically. And I'm pretty excited for that. So just if you're thinking, wow, this is really pixely, dude, why would you not even try to do this? I did the best I can with this footage, but it was just a good game, and I wanted to show it. Hopefully, you can still get the generalization. So I'm still looking over here towards the enemy spawn. I saw some shots. I see a guy take a shot super low, hit just the bottom of his track, and don't even take it off, by the way, which is pretty upsetting. Shoot another shot, hit the side of the turret, aim too high. And we got another one. Missed that shot completely. And I say, screw it. I'm going to go around this side of the hedgerow and push around. Keep looking. See, this is the where you want ULQ. Take a shot, hit the left, well, front right drive wheel. Not do any damage to it. Push up again, and we get a shot through the fuel tank that hits the carousel. And he goes up in flames. So one of the things that is magnified in Sim is how good the whole traverse is. It's not that it's actually faster in Sim, but it feels faster because of where your camera is. And on top of that, you start to notice a lot of tanks don't have track traverse and hull traverse and turret traverse like the Abrams. And I think that's a big factor in why it's such a good tank. Obviously, everybody has their own opinion on the tank. You could play the Abrams and do bad in it. People could kill the Abrams. It's not overpowered, in my opinion. And I don't think it's a problematic tank, but it is one of the best armored tanks in the game. I mean, the way it's laid out and everything, it just works so well in this game. And in Sim, it's really about the mobility of this thing. 1500 horsepower engine, the ability to climb everything, and the track traverse is just being able to get that front armor that's pretty decent whipped around towards an enemy, or get the turret whipped around towards an enemy faster than anything on the battlefield usually, is such a big plus. And then on top of that, the blowout panels are good, which obviously is part of the module discussion. And when you're using this tank, if you do have an Abrams, the lower tier round isn't too bad. Higher tier round is a little bit better. And what you want to do when you're shooting at T-64s is aim for the tracks, as you saw this video, where you hit the lower half of the side hull armor. When you're aiming at Leopard 2A4s, you want to hit the bottom right-hand side of their hull if they have an ammo rack, or the left-hand side of their hull, which will kill the driver, gunner, and commander. Or if you have a big, powerful gun, for some reason you're shooting darts that are pretty good, type 90, whatever, put a shot through the mantlet. But in this tank, you're going to want to go lower front plate or breach it. I don't think you have enough power with this round to go necessarily through the breach of Leopard 2A4, but you can definitely go through his hull and give him trouble that way. AMX 40, easy tank to kill, so you don't really have to worry about that. When you run into a Chally, you could still breach him. I would suggest breaching, and then lower front plate is the weakness on the Chally, because you can just hit the armor and get straight through. And as you can see here, we got hit from the side. We're going to turn the turret to the left. We're looking for the guy. I have no breach. Trying to spot him here. And we're just going to start the rep. And this is what I'm talking about, where this tank just survives. I'm pretty sure I lived through this. So he hits me in the side. Tracks eat it. I have 38 seconds left. I'm just going to keep hitting him with this. I'm out of smoke shells. Oh, no, I actually don't survive that. But I did survive 3 shots. If there was a teammate with me, that heat FS wouldn't have killed me. It got eaten by the track, engine ate it, and then he breached me, which is pretty ridiculous. But yeah, the Abrams, no other tanks really pose too big of a threat to it. I said the 2A4, the Type 90, if you have to fight a Type 90, lower front plate, breach it. It has a weaker turret than the Leopard 2A4, and you'll be able to tell by the color of the tank, the base coat. And if you can't tell by that, look at the what kind of guns are on top or where the gun sight is. The gun sight is on top of the turret. on the Type 90, and it's flush with the turret, or it's like inside the turret, flush with the roof in the Leopard 2A4. So yeah, that's basically how the Abrams works. It's a great tank for shooting things. If you guys have taken this thing out into sim, aside from the horrendous queue times, what was your experience like? I say horrendous queue times because nobody wants to play Russia. If this video gets, let's see, this video gets 750 likes, I will take the T64BV out in ultra realism mode. And if you don't know what ultra realism mode is, you should stay tuned and watch tomorrow's video. But I will play the T64BV in sim with ultra realism mode, and you guys get to see a video on that. So let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Do you like sim on the channel? If so, I'll put more on the channel. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of these kills. If I get any, I don't know. I'm just going to edit them together. And yeah, stay tuned for more awesome War Thunder content and some other stuff in the future. Peace. Peace. You take a dirt nap.